This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
Bros and foes and heroes. Gonna tell you about bros and foes and heroes. Gonna tell you about
comic books, costumes, facts,
Boots!
and other stuff. Welcome into Bros, Foes, and Heroes and our Pulls of the Week. I'm Zack, joined as always by the fantastic, magnificent Mason.
Yeah.
I made sure, last time, I made sure to go ahead and add all the appropriate adjectives before introducing Mason. We are here to talk about the things we have been reading as well as looking ahead to the comic books that are coming out today. But if you're around a comic book shop or hey, you're going this weekend, that maybe you want to maybe you want to go ahead and pick up while you're there. Mason, we talked about this last time, and I'm not the best of keeping up to date. I did get, was it issue 1 of Ultimate Invasion that you told me to pick up?
Yeah.
I haven't read it, but I do have it. I bought it.
Well, today issue 2 came out.
Yeah, so I can just pick up the second one and I'll read them both.
Oh, it's probably going to be even better that way.
Exactly. So then, because I'm sure I'll read one and be like, I can't wait for it. Here's issue 2. So I know we talked about that. But what I've been reading a lot of, strangely enough, is I decided to go back, and I am a 90s kid when it comes to comic books. Like my first comics that I remember having, it's like Captain America 412, which was from like 92, and then like Detective Comics 480. I don't remember it. It's the one with the general on it. Neither of them necessarily like big issues.
Not landmarks.
Yeah. But the detective one is part of like the prelude to Nightfall. I've never read Nightfall though.
Me neither.
So I decided, hey, if I've always wanted to, why not just kind of take this walk back down memory lane and dive into that? And that is what I've done. I read the prelude to Nightfall, which is the setup of it, which does include that issue that I did bring up. So it was nice to be like, hey, I remember reading this multiple times as a kid. I found out that it was part 2 of a 3-part story, which answered so many questions, obviously from when I was a kid then too.
DC never does recaps.
Yeah,
So
no. So, and then I got into, and I'm kind of through part 1 where, spoiler alert, although I will say that, but it did come out in 92, 93, 94. So you've had time, but I've just got to the part where Bane has broken the bat. And I will tell you, I have
pretty much the only thing Bane's known for, even though Bane's done so much other stuff.
He has, but I will say that I have enjoyed it so much. Like I went into it thinking like, it's the 90s. When I think of 90s, I think of just kind of, maybe not the greatest time for comics, but I've enjoyed the story a lot, and Bane has been awesome. So yeah, it's made me appreciate the Rogues Gallery some there, but that is what I have been reading. What about you before we get into this week's stuff? Anything that has piqued your interest?
Crap.
But
I don't remember.
No. I mean, I didn't mean to put you on the spot there. I was
good. I thought I was ready. I didn't read too much comics this week, sadly, but I got everything from my pull from this past week. I have, and we'll get to that soon. But I haven't done a lot of backtracking this week, but I'm gonna try to read some stuff this week when I have time.
Nice. No, I get it. Sometimes we all have lives. It's when we can squeeze it in, but I do have things that I'm looking forward to this week, and some things that are kind of piquing my interest a bit. I want to start with DC just because I remember us obviously talking about this last time we got together, and that's the fact that the Night Terrors event is still going on through all of DC's. It's through the rest. It's all the month of July, right?
All of July and all of August.
Oh, and August. So we still have
all these number 1s have number 2s.
So we still have a while to go with the Night Terror stories. A lot of these today are number 1s. Harley Quinn, Detective Comics, Titans, and then is the Poison Ivy series. I'm assuming, is it an offshoot of the Well, no, these are all number ones. Never mind.
This one, this is just the.
Oh, that's just
collection
uncovered. Sorry.
It's just a collection of covers from her current run.
Is that all
At
it
least
is?
what it says it is.
Okay, well then never mind. That is a series though that
Superman Last Days of Lex Luthor #1 thing.
Yes.
Sounds Brian Hitch doing art and Mark Waid writing. It could be interesting.
Mark Waid, who I love his
World's Finest.
Well, Mike and I did Tower of Babel.
Oh yeah.
On the show. It's been a while back, but I do enjoy Mark Waid as a writer, so that is obviously one that I will look at too. I'm excited about that, and I don't know, over the past year or so, a newfound interest in just all kind of Superman titles in general. I know most people, it's probably, if they have that, it's because they're really into what James Gunn wants to do and like, oh, All-Star Superman. But just the character as a whole for me with these new Dawn of DC books and stuff I've enjoyed the character a lot more. So I tend to at least take a little bit closer of a look at these Superman titles when they come out. Okay.
No, I said I feel that. I agree with you.
Yeah. On the other side with Marvel, I see Cosmic Ghost Rider #5's coming out. Are you still following along with that?
And I dropped that. I've been following Ghost Rider though. Ghost Rider's awesome.
All right. So Daredevil and Echo #3, Hallows Eve, Hellcat's out to #5.
I think that's pretty sure that's the end of this little mini. I think.
I think you're right. I think it was 5 or 6. But
I'm most looking forward to Avengers #3 and Incredible Hulk #2 because I really liked both of those so far. So gets me excited. Ultimate Invasion. I'm debating on whether I'm going to get the Hellfire Gala thing, just because I'm interested in whatever the Fall of X is going to be, but I just don't know.
Okay, so we've talked about this before too, because I know nothing about current X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
How big is it? Like, what is the Hellfire Gala supposed to be then?
Well, normally it's just it's just like an annual event where they either like something where it's all the artists get to draw the X-Men in cool costumes, cool you've seen the fashion variants and stuff. Yeah. And usually a crazy event happens in each one. The first one is when they conquered Mars, and then Scarlet Witch died. And the second one, I don't remember what happened in the second one. And this one is supposed to be the big prelude to Fall of X.
Okay.
Fall of X, it's an event, but it's more just like a line thing. I don't know. We don't know. Fall of X is either going to be the end of them being on Krakoa, or it's just a thing. I hope they don't leave Krakoa, because I'd like the idea of them having an own nation. And if at the end of this they just go back to the mansion, then what the hell was the point of these last 4 years of comics?
No, that's true. But sometimes, I feel like the comic industry as a whole, we've seen retcons or things like that where it's like, it's supposed to be, and it's still somehow.
At this point, it'd just be such a downgrade. It's like when Falcon went back from being when he went back to being Falcon, it was
being
like
Captain America.
Yeah, it's like it's a downgrade.
Yeah,
downgrade.
No, it does, or I could see that.
I don't know
Also,
if I'm gonna get it. It's $9. I might not.
I also see a What If Dark Spider-Gwen #1 comes out today as well. Looking at things for some of the other publishers, Dynamite has a Disney Villains Scar.
Oh yeah, that sounds kind of cool. From Image, I'm looking forward to Rogue Sun 14 and Dead Lucky #7. Again, the Massiverse stuff. I love. I'm all for that. And I'm gonna get World Tree #4. I reread the first 3 issues. It's actually surprisingly a good little horror story. Huh. Hopefully it continues and hopefully it keeps up this momentum it's building.
Nice. Boom has Berserker Poetry of Madness #1.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother.
And
how I hate that ending.
And
Creed
next round #2.
I really need to get #1. I just wish every issue wasn't $5.
That's true, but I'm not against a boxing comic at all.
And I love the Creed movies. You ever seen the Creed movies?
Yes. I enjoyed the Rocky movies. Well, at least watching them all through once. But I enjoyed the Creed movies too, and so I'm down for the story like that being adapted or expanded upon in the comic book realm too. That's just something that I'll be honest, I didn't know was there now, and so I will look into getting issue 1 as well.
Well, I got you here. Did you read anything last week that got you excited for anything? Did you read Blade? I read Blade.
Okay.
Blade was actually really awesome.
Did you? Okay.
It's pretty cool. I hope this is an ongoing, or if it's a miniseries, I'll still be happy. But it was a good first issue. Really good first issue. Okay. Really great art, good writing, good story. We want to see where it goes.
I'm trying to think what else I read from. Aside from, so this week I read a lot of Batman and Detective Comics through Nightfall. I read the issue that we covered for the show with Mike and I, which I don't know if technically if it counts as a comic. It's a comic, but it's in a Nintendo Power magazine, so we'll count it still. So aside from those, I looked at DC Previews came out with their graphic novels list. And I looked through that just to kind of see what they're pushing as, these are, the ones you need to read. These are the ones you need to pay attention to. I'm trying to think what else I read. I read something else older. I'm starting to read Green Arrow, the Longbow Hunters.
Oh, yeah.
So
I see it at the library all the time.
yeah, so I'm deciding to just pick up that Green Arrow run that's the post-crisis there in the 80s and just kind of pick up and see what that is. I've decided to kind of dive into some more of those green heroes from DC, so I'll probably do Green Lantern after that and probably pick up with like Emerald Dawn and just carry that through because that'll lead me to Kyle Rayner and stuff. Anyway, new stuff, not so much.
Did you read Big Game or no?
No.
No, it's okay. It was an event. It was a first issue of an event, typical event, where it's all set up.
How do you feel like how the setup is after one? Do you like where it's headed then?
I like the potential. I'll see if see where it goes. I didn't realize Dave Lazuski was actually going to come back. I mean, I knew he was going to come back. I didn't realize he was going to be he's actually. I mean, the big question will be, so if you read the Event of Ambassadors #6, the big teaser at the end was like, oh, do we need an American ambassador? And it's brought up again, and Dave is applying to be the American ambassador. But I think it's either going to go to him or Huck. I know you never read Huck. You should. Huck is actually one of my favorite books.
Yeah,
from
no,
Miller.
I know that's
because it's surprisingly wholesome from him.
That is something that you don't. I feel like you don't see him too much.
Yeah, it's wholesome. It's like where he's Superman, but he's it's like it's like an image Superman, but he's not a dick. He's not Omni-Man. He's not Homelander.
Yeah,
he's just a nice guy.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing about those characters.
I really hope he doesn't die in this.
Speaking, you brought up Omni-Man. Did you see? And I don't know if you care too much about it.
I love Mortal Kombat. Yes, I am excited.
He's in Mortal Kombat. Are the Homelander and who was
Peacemaker.
Oh, Peacemaker. But Homelander and Stargirl are also in Call of Duty for some reason right now.
Starlight. Oh yeah.
Starlight. Sorry.
Yeah, they're in Modern Warfare too. I mean, I don't really care. It's interesting.
Well, but the thing I was going to say, you brought up Omni-Man. Season 2 of Invincible supposed to come out by the end of the year.
November 3rd. Yeah.
Did they announce the date?
They announced the date, yes.
Damn it, never mind. I thought I'd try to skip you, and here you are beating me to it. Okay. I really liked the first season. Well, I mean, I really enjoyed the Robert Kirkman comic too.
Yeah, and based on some of the voice lines, I know at least 2 stories they're going to follow through. Like, if you read the series and you listen to the teaser with people talking, but they're not showing the voices. Like one of the guy who's going, I'm a human superhero is clearly, I forget his name, the Martian guy.
Yeah.
That's clearly him. The one woman talking about the man who killed my husband, that's clearly the fish woman. I thought they were just gonna skip that story. I guess not, because it was funny.
Yeah.
And the other 2, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Starring K Brown, I only know it's him just because I recognize that voice, but who that character is, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Because we know they're gonna change stuff. They changed a lot the first season. Who knows what they're gonna add?
I still thought that the first season though was good, even with the changes they made too. So it'll be interesting. That's what I like, things when it's like close enough to source material, but still is able to make changes of its own that are still good changes and follow with it. And so the series has done that. But yeah, I saw that this week and just wondered if you saw that too.
Now, so at Amazon Prime.
Yeah. Well, when it comes out, I'll let you borrow mine.
I think my mom has it too. At least she did in 2021. She did. That's how I watched.
Last time you watched it?
Yeah.
I got you. Well, if not, I got you this time. So those are the comics to go ahead and go look for while you're out and about picking things up this week, or maybe some ideas of things to start reading if you're looking for new stories to begin. Anything else to add before we head out, Mason?
No, I'm just looking forward to Ultimate Invasion today. I'm hoping it keeps the momentum from the first issue.
There we go. And I'm going to get to read both issues back to back, so I'm looking forward to that as well.
If you actually read it.
If he's going to hold that against me, I have to make sure. I already feel bad now, so I'm going to have to make sure to read it before next time, or else I'm going to feel even worse. And I don't even like the thought of that. So anxiety has set in. I will make sure to read it before next time. Until next time, Thanks as always for taking the time out to listen, and stay safe, everybody.
Holy cow.
Pros and heroes. Gonna tell you about pros and heroes. Gonna tell you about.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.